So in 2018, it was a moment in which, actually, even the year before that, 2017, November, December was the moment I looked in the mirror, looked at my wife, and made a decision that I wanted to do something. I had no clue, though. I had no clue when, what, how.
So you had a safe little gig as a bank manager and probably a trajectory you could move up through the ranks and get a job in corporate, right? That would have been, you could be the CEO of a CBA right now.
Well, fun fact, two things. So I did have that step into corporates just after branch managing, and that was a good year and a bit.
Yeah.
Went out, did my masters, came back in and all that sort of stuff. And even a funnier fact is at 19, it was maybe age 19, I was a bank teller or a bank specialist. It was one of my earlier roles in the bank. And someone asked me what was my big BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal. And I said, one day I'd love to be a CEO of CBA. And so funny you say that, was actually my old 19-year-old self going high energy, jumping off, saying anything and everything's possible. But how that comes full circle in terms of that move, and particularly 2017, was Lee and I, my wife, was saying, hey, I really want to do something. I don't know what it is. And if I go back to the actual moment that made me think that, it's this weird feeling when you look in the mirror each morning, you're off to work and you know where you're headed. And for some reason, clarity and execution and pathways for people is a great thing. But for me, it was the opposite, to know too much about where I was heading. There wasn't that extra layer of excitement.
So you didn't like what the future looked like?
I liked it, and it was too comfortable.
Yeah, it's a well-worn path.
Yeah, very warm.
It's a well-worn path.
Do your time, senior management, executive, do that. And it wasn't that CBA didn't have the right constructs as an organization. That's the perfect pathway. It's a dream pathway. But it's the fact that it was so predictable, so in front of you, and you'd had that path and everything was ticking boxes as you went on. I felt that I have this vision even today around whenever I'm making such large decisions, like leaving your job with no idea, no clue, is I have this belief of building your best possible worst case. And so I built a possible worst case where I was mapping this out and said, okay, I'm going to get my mortgages in order, have the right passive income stream flow through, which is a little and something coming through, which is nice. My wife's very supportive of the move, so she's still in employment. Then the next thing was I'll give my boss 8 weeks notice rather than the 4, because everyone just wants to do the standard 4. I'll be the nice guy and do more. And then from there, I had the age factor, and I gave myself a time limit where in 4 years, from age 25, 26 to 30, if it doesn't work out, I'll come back.
It's forgiving.
And so when I told myself, hey, what's your worst case? At 30, you come back to a double 6-figure income job, and you come back with a good amount of connections in the bank. You've already purchased 9 properties up until that point. Your wife still loves you, you'd hope, and your dogs still love you. They're cool. Your dad's there, your family's there, and everyone will, have some people that will say, hey, this guy gave it a go, failed. But other people will go, you gave it a go, and good on you. And you have some war stories and battle stories and learning. So if that was my worst case, I was like, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
And that's what led me to leaving the job to figure out what I wanted to do. And it was about 3 months after leaving the job where I then figured out I wanted to do this.